In conjunction with the President's Office, the VWIL Corps of Cadets would like to welcome you today to honor the 12th anniversary of those fallen on September 11, 2001. Today we will render honors with a firing volley from the VWIL Honor Guard and a playing of taps from members of the NBC VWIL Marching Band. Offering a prayer today will be Cadet Sergeant Jordan Hetherington. The Corps of Cadets is represented today by those cadets not in class at this time. Sergeant Major Tisa Wilkerson will call the Corps to fall in, and the Color Guard will march forward with the colors.
Corps, fall in.
Please stand as you are able. At this time, the Corps will come to present arms, and the Color Guard will present the colors.
Present arms. Color Guard, present. Color.
At this time, the Corps will come to order arms and parade rest.
Order, arms, parade, head.
Colonel Melissa Patrick, Deputy Commandant of Cadets, will now come forward with a few remarks.
Color Guard, here. Color.
The attacks against the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and United Airlines Flight 93 occurred on this date in 2001. Someone said to me the other day that these attacks were 12 years ago. Perhaps it is time we move on rather than dwell on them or have a ceremony of remembrance. But some of us feel differently, that we must remember and honor those killed that day and affected by these terrible events. For some among us, we knew individuals who died that day. Others among us gave immeasurable hours, days, weeks, and months of their lives in rescue, recovery, and cleanup. Mary Baldwin and VWIL graduate Crystal Newcomb-Nozal, class of 01, who was a police officer in Northern Virginia, said this: "I responded to the Pentagon on 911 and the days after for evidence recovery. Everyone who has been personally touched by that attack will always think about it on the anniversary, no matter how many years pass. Some among us deployed, sometimes multiple times, devoting months and years of our lives in places we never imagined we would go, from the arid deserts to the snow-covered mountains of the Hindu Kush. Countless Mary Baldwin and VWIL graduates have served innumerable scores of combat tours in Afghanistan. Army Captain Ashley Langston, class of 09, wrote, "Having served in Afghanistan, I thank God every day for the opportunity to fight for our country's freedom. I will never forget those who made the ultimate sacrifice." Many of our cadets were inspired to serve in the armed forces in response to that day. One of those was Air Force First Lieutenant Sarah Small, class of 01, who was killed in the line of duty in 2005 in Egypt. As we gather here on the friendly grounds of our beautiful campus, I can think of several VWIL graduates who currently serve in Afghanistan. Jess Mays, class of 05, wrote, "I was a null when it happened, right before my first class of the day. Now, 12 years later, I'm wrapping up a tour in Afghanistan, ready to be back stateside. Never forget." Amy Enns, also class of '05, wrote, "It was my NOLA year and on my way to ROTC at VMI when I found out. It was the day Mike Halleck, a true inspiration, Sarah Small decided to commission. Now I'm serving with the Special Forces in Afghanistan, and although I still have quite a bit of time left before I head back home, I'm glad and I'm proud." Others of our graduates are on orders, preparing to go to Afghanistan. Among them are Major Sherry Sharp, class of '99, from our first graduating class, and Second Lieutenant Amanda Harrison, class of 2013, one of our most recent graduates. Indeed, there is not one among us who was not affected by that day 12 years ago. So, while we move forward, we will remember those who lost their lives, and we will honor those who took up the call in response to the attacks of that day.